Welcome back, everybody. I recently did a video, for those of you guys that didn't see it, on the greatest top 5 guns reviewed in 2014. Feedback has been very popular. Generally, I don't do lists. However, if you guys like lists, I can do more lists. But what we did there was just talk about the actual guns that were reviewed on the channel. So to qualify, it had to be an actual firearm. In this one, what we're going to do is really everything but firearms. And I sort of review a lot of different categories on the channel here. Stuff for AR, stuff for AKs, stuff for bolt guns, etc. As well as flashlights. I do a lot of flashlight reviews for those of you guys that are new to the channel. So we're trying to hit some of that stuff here in the video. And again, in terms of greatest, the way I'm defining it is not particularly my favorite, because I don't know that I can really pick a favorite, even if I wanted to, or top 5 favorites. Because really, I mean, we live in the golden age of firearms and accessories. I've said it before. There is so much good stuff out there right now, and at good prices. So they're really, I don't know that I could narrow it down. So much of this stuff, if it was out, 5 years ago, would have been like industry changing. But nowadays we see stuff that is top quality and being re-engineered to levels of durability and lightweight and etc. Things like that, lightweight, durability, output, cost that we just could never have dreamed of. So it's really the golden age of firearms. I've said it before, it's so true. I mean, you can buy, there right now, just I'll get on my tangent. There are so many guns that are under $400 that are uber reliable right now on the market. In the 1980s, you couldn't imagine that. I mean, you really couldn't. There was Berettas, there were SIGs, the Glocks were starting to come out, and that was really it in terms of uber reliable guns. And none of those were under $400, at least not in today's dollars. So really, it's a good time to be a firearms owner. If you guys are just getting into it, you're a little spoiled. So anyway, enough of my diatribe. On to the top 5 pieces of gear, i.e. not guns, that I've reviewed this year in terms of, impact, the market, innovation, viewer feedback, and just, things I like as well. So all that's kind of combined in there. I went through my list of over 200 videos. I think it was 230 different videos that we put up so far this year, and 230 something. So it's been a busy year, so lots of stuff to choose from. And anyway, we'll get into it. First up, I'm not sure if this camouflage pattern here on this rifle is going to jack up my green screen, so if it is, I apologize. We'll keep it down here. But what we're actually reviewing or talking about here is the Aimpoint T1 Micro. Simply, I said it in that video, and I'll say it again. In my opinion, in terms of red dots, it just simply can't be beat. That said, as of right now, you guys know there are some T2s out there that are recently released, and they're not out there in large numbers yet. I think we'll expect more after SHOT Show in terms of numbers coming out, but they look promising. I do not have one yet. I hope to get one in the next calendar year, so hopefully in 2015 we'll be talking about the T2. But anyway, the T1. Those of you guys that didn't see the review, there's a link here for so you guys can check out all the details. But the thing has about 5 years of useful battery life, night vision compatible. The thing's been blown up in videos, literally, and been just fine. The glass on it is great. Apparently the T2 is even better. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, because I mean, that'd be hard to imagine in my opinion, but they say it is. And really, it's lightweight, durable. I don't know how you can't like the T1. It's simply fantastic. The only downside I could see of it, some folks, generally EOTech fans, tend to be the ones that say they don't like the dot. They like the different reticles and different color reticles, stuff like that. So that other optics offer. They're nice. I agree. I prefer the EOTech reticle as well, but the simplicity and durability and battery life of Aimpoints really draws me to them. The downside is that they're expensive. T1s and T2s are not cheap. So very expensive, however, awesome quality, just simply impressive. And if I could only have one red dot, that'd be the one I'd go with. We reviewed this one early in the year, so some of you guys probably didn't see that review, so check it out. And you'll see 2 things: how much I like it, and then how much my videos have improved since then. Because some of my old videos were a little bit rough. All right, so T1, number 1, also considered honorable mention, will be the EXPS2, EXPS3, excuse me, EOTech that I recently reviewed just a day or 2 ago, as of this video being posted. So awesome video, or excuse me, awesome optic as well for those of you guys that prefer those. Number 2, and these are not in order. It is the LZ Alpha. Now, I went through all my different light reviews, and certainly there are a ton of them that have much greater output in terms of just output and lumen monsters or candela monsters. The through night TN35 would be the pick there. However, there's not a lot of situations in my life that I need that kind of output, but to have it on demand is certainly very cool. In terms of all-around use, the Elzetta Alpha is fantastic. It has Elzetta's fully potted electronics, which, again, going back to the T1, really bomb-proof. I mean, you can do so much with these things, and they'll just keep on going. Freeze them. People have blown these up, dropped them out of helicopters from thousands of feet in the air, and they dented the concrete, yet the light would still work. So these Elzettas are the world's finest flashlights in terms of tactical flashlights, if you will. Said it before, everything about them is nice, fit, finish. Output is certainly good. It's not going to win an output contest, though. It's simply not. But in terms of durability of output, I mean, how long it will run within, you know, the 10% window of max output is very good. That will compete with any light out there on the market. So very, very good in that regards. Again, however, downside is most of those little lights are expensive. The Alpha, though, comes to market, depending on your configuration, really under 150 bucks. So for that kind of output and that kind of pedigree warranty, the fact that it's USA made, it's really hard to argue with. The Alpha is a fantastic light, and really, I took it off a rifle because I think it's an excellent defensive use light. So for that, the Elzetta Alpha really is the pick of the litter, if you will, in terms of lights that I reviewed this year for all-around use, defensive use, carry use, checking your underneath your hood use, whatever the case may be. It really is a fantastic, fantastic light. Number 3, try to go with some tactical gear here. The light fell over. Try to go with some tactical gear here. And again, this may jack up my green screen. Who knows? About to find out. If it looks funny to you, I apologize. But this is the, it's multicam if you can't see, if it looks a different color. This is the AWS Operator's Choice Plate Carrier. This thing is fantastic. And for those of you guys that are unfamiliar with AWS, they are a company that primarily, at least in the past, primarily deals with military contracts. So they make a ton of stuff for military contracts based in North Carolina. So obviously a lot of stuff for Bragg as well as Lejeune. So a lot of stuff going out there, as well as, you know, DOD, like Army and Marine Corps and stuff like that, wide contracts. So that was primarily their industry for a while. They do have a website now. They're selling stuff to civilians, and the quality is on par with the stuff they're having for the contracts. Actually, a lot of the stuff is the stuff they sell for contracts, to include this plate carrier. Excuse me. This plate carrier was a contract item, I believe, for USASOC, so Army Special Operations Command. But it's fantastic, and the thing that makes it really jump out amongst other plate carriers out there on the market, of this quality, is its price. Price point is fantastic. I think, and I haven't looked, so forgive me, I think it's 150 bucks, which is nuts. This thing is every bit the quality that, you know, $400 and $500 plate carriers are, and I've said that here before on the channel. I stand by it. It's fantastic. They've also come out with some excellent accessories for it, which I think we have. So you got the lightweight, can't think of the word, the cummerbund. Thank you. The lightweight cummerbund here. So they're expanding the line here for some of the things that the civilian market wants, and I think that's going to be good for them. Again, a real small company in terms of their how well they're known, if you will, in the market. But that's going to change. Since they've expanded out the civilian stuff, they're just doing awesome stuff, and the prices are really awesome for the gear you're getting. I wonder how many times I can say awesome. What do you think? We'll see. So that's the plate carrier there. Next up, we'll do the back to this rifle, which is the Bravo Company KMR rail. It is a key mod system. Certain things that stand out about it is the weight. The weight of it is awesome. It uses different materials than a lot of companies are using. A lot of companies are just using aluminum, which is fine. And I have plenty of things that are just aluminum, and I'm not saying just as to downgrade them. However, it's going to be a little bit heavier than the blended alloy that Bravo Company is using for this. It's very lightweight. It's extremely strong. These things have been out for a while now, and I know a lot of folks are running them really hard. I haven't seen one break yet on all the forums. So that is a testament to it, in my opinion, because if you guys are fans of the forums and see the post there. Anything that goes wrong in a forum, it will be posted and shared around the internet forever as if they're all bad. And there hasn't even been one case of that I've seen for the BCM KMR. So super quality product, and the lockup system and mounting system, which I went over in the video there, is phenomenal. It's innovative. It's almost, how to say it, I can't see it failing. Obviously, you know, engineering, anything can fail, but the lockup system there is foolproof, and it's ingenious. Once you look into it and how it secures, again, I go into details in this in the review. It's really, really impressive, and I'm surprised someone else hasn't come up with it yet, or come up with it beforehand, because it really is. It's simple and sturdy, which is exactly what you want in your handguards. So allows for key mod accessory attachments that really 8 different positions around the rail, all different angles. So it's really super ergonomic. And BCM is also coming out with a ton of accessories that you guys have seen here on the channel as well, which are great and go with it as well. Just so I don't get questions, just this, since I referenced this rifle twice, basically what you see here on the rifle is the Surefire SFMB muzzle brake here, which allows for quick attachment of Surefire suppressors. Hopefully we'll get one of those in the next year. Hopefully one of the minis in here on the channel. We'll see. I'm working on that, so stay tuned. Magpul M-Bus rear sights, the KMR. The barrel there is a Palmetto State Armory mid-length government profile Cold Hammer forged barrel. So really made by FN. Magazine here is a PMag done up by Abrion Customs. The receivers are a black forge upper and lower, and obviously done in the Cryptek coloring. It has the BCM grip, B5 Systems trigger guard, B5 Systems stop mod stock, which is fantastic. We have our Bravo Company gunfighter charging handle, and BCM bolt carrier group as well. So simply a fantastic rifle, one of my favorites to shoot, and all the accessories on there are pretty good, but the KMR goes on the list. And the last thing that we will talk about, number 5, is one I can't show you because it's in suppressor jail, NFA jail, and that would be the Gemtech 5.56 can that we reviewed recently. This thing is a beast, and unfortunately, it's still in suppressor prison, because those of you who aren't familiar with class 3 items and the way that suppressor transfers work, basically you have to put your stamp in through your local SOT, as they're called, which is a special type of FFL. I did that a few months ago, so it should really be coming in relatively soon. But the video I did on it was sort of limited because I had to have my FFL there, which thank you very much to Rayford Guns. If you guys are in sort of the central eastern North Carolina, check them out. Really good guys to deal with for suppressor transfers. But thank you to them for actually coming out, letting me go out and test the can with them. However, you know, I can only bring so many rifles out and so on and so forth, just because I don't have it in my possession yet. But this thing is awesome. Super lightweight. For the kind of sound suppression you get, it's among the best in the industry, and the price is pretty competitive as well. I want to say like somewhere in the $800 range, plus or minus $100. And that thing was also part of a special operations contract bid. So very durable, heavy sustained fire. It handles without question and without issue. The thing some folks don't like about it is that it's direct thread on versus a quick attach, but that's really a personal preference thing, and there's pros and cons to both. Generally speaking, I guess we're going down the rabbit hole here, but generally speaking, the thread-on ones will be a little bit quieter, and you know, less prone to baffle strikes, especially as the round count goes up. However, you know, the quick attach, the advantage of that, or the pro of that, is obviously that you can set it up on multiple rifles so long as you have the correct muzzle brake or attachment point, whichever works with your can. So really, there's pros and cons to each. So I don't think it's a con at all that it's direct thread. It's just its personal preference. So that thing, though, really is a highly underrated product. It doesn't have a lot of views, that video, but I can tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of good cans out there. And I was talking about the Surefires earlier. We have some other ones coming in right now that are going to be reviewed. But that Gemtech is one of the nicest 5.56 cans for the overall package in terms of length, quality, sound suppression, cost, etc. So really, really good product. That's it. That's number 5. So there's a bunch of stuff that I considered, as you'd imagine. And by all means, I'm not saying that stuff is bad because it didn't make it in the video, but we had to do something here and cut some out. So those are the top 5. I tried to go into different categories there as best as possible. But really, it's been, like I said, an awesome year for the channel, awesome year for gear. We have tons of stuff in now. My list is long of things that are pending review. So if you're watching this and you run with my companies that have sent me stuff, stay tuned and stay patient. It will be coming. As always, guys, I get to all these things eventually, and you guys who follow me over on Facebook know I post all the pictures over there usually when stuff comes in, so it's sort of a preview of what's coming, and there's a lot of stuff over there it's in the pipeline, probably like 60 things right now that are pending reviews, so not including guns. So there's a lot of stuff out there that's coming, and it will be coming in the upcoming months. So stay tuned for that, guys. As always, I want to thank you very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. The fact that you guys like to watch me ramble here for, I don't know, however long this video is, sometime under 20 minutes, hopefully, it means a lot to me because I think it's strange, and I don't know that I want to listen to me. My wife sure doesn't. But the fact that you guys do, I appreciate it very much. And the channel, a lot of good things are coming in 2015, a lot. I see YouTube gun-oriented channels really, the response to them, I should say, by the industry really is changing. I've been doing this now for 2 years, and when I started out, not just due to the size of my channel, but talking to other folks, the response to these companies, a lot of them anyway, was very cold shoulder-ish, if you will. And nowadays it's changing. About half the companies out there, if not 3/4, are really on board and realize the impact that these channels have. So they're starting to work with us a little bit more, which is good. It's good for everybody. It's good for the channels, creators like me, and it's good for the viewers because you get non-canned reviews like you would in some of the print media out there for the gun industry. So lots of cool stuff coming, tons. And the fact that more and more companies are willing to work with us, not just myself, but others who do this as a hobby or I guess side job, really is a good thing. And I think it's going to be big in the future. I do think so. But as anyway, guys, enough of my rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And tell your friends. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.